There's a quiet transformation happening in American foreign policy. It's not being driven by military threats or economic sanctions. It's being driven by strategic necessity. And right now, one reality is becoming clearer than ever. The United States doesn't want to lose India's alliance, not because India needs American protection, but because America needs Indian partnership economically, technologically, militarily. And this isn't about sentiment or history, it's about survival. In the last few years, we've seen America's global position challenged in ways it never expected. Old alliances became complicated, new rivals emerged stronger, and suddenly Washington realized something important. It needed partners who could actually deliver, not just promise. Partners who brought real capability to the table. And that's where India quietly stepped up. For decades, America built its strategy around a simple idea: maintain alliances with countries that needed American protection. Europe needed security guarantees. Japan needed defense partnerships. South Korea needed military support. It worked because America was clearly the strongest and everyone else was clearly dependent. But when the world started shifting, this model started breaking. Allies became demanding. Partnerships became expensive, and America had to ask itself a tough question. What if instead of protecting dependent allies, we partnered with independent powers? That's when American strategists started looking at India differently. India has something most American allies don't have: the ability to say no. And in international relations, partners who can say no are often the ones you want to say yes. Because when they choose to work with you, it's because they see real value, not because they have no choice. So why doesn't America want to lose this alliance? Because India offers something that no other P.A. Rutner can match. Strategic independence combined with democratic values, military capability combined with defensive doctrine, economic growth combined with technological innovation, and most importantly, civilizational confidence combined with practical cooperation. Let's start with economic interdependence. This isn't just about trade numbers. This is about India becoming integrated into America's economic future in ways that make separation costly for both sides. Right now, India is America's 9th largest trading partner. But here's what makes it different. It's growing faster than any other major partner. U.S.-India trade was $146 billion in 2019. By 2023, it reached $191 billion. That's 31% growth in 4 years, even through a global pandemic. No other major American trade relationship is expanding that fast. But the real integration goes deeper than trade. American companies are building their future in India, not just manufacturing, but research, development, and innovation. Intel is investing $25 billion in Indian semiconductor facilities. Micron is building its largest memory chip plant outside the U.S. in Gujarat. Applied Materials is establishing advanced manufacturing in India for global markets. These aren't cost-cutting moves. These are strategic bets. Companies like Boeing, General Electric, and Lockheed Martin are moving critical production to India because they trust Indian institutions, Indian workers, and Indian intellectual property protection. That trust is worth billions in reduced risk. And here's the key point. When American companies succeed in India, they create American jobs too. Every Boeing aircraft assembled in India requires American-made engines, avionics, and systems. Every pharmaceutical manufactured in India uses American research, patents, and raw materials. This creates mutual dependence, not one-way extraction. India also offers something America desperately needs: a massive growing market for American products and services. India's middle class is expected to reach 350 million people by 2030. That's larger than the entire U.S. population. And unlike other large markets, India's consumers prefer American brands, American technology, and American entertainment. Netflix has over 6 million subscribers in India. Amazon India is one of the company's fastest growing operations. Apple's iPhone sales in India grew 39% in 2023 alone. These aren't just revenue streams. These are strategic market positions that give American companies global competitive advantages. But here's what makes India economically irreplaceable. It's not just consuming American products, it's co-creating American innovation. Indian software engineers design American apps. Indian pharmaceutical researchers develop American medicines. Indian aerospace technicians build American aircraft. This collaboration creates capabilities that America couldn't develop alone. Now let's talk about technological partnership. The next decade will be defined by who controls critical technologies: artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, space exploration, clean energy. And America has learned something crucial. It can't dominate all these fields by itself. India brings technological capabilities that complement American strengths perfectly. America leads in chip design, India leads in chip engineering, America leads in AI algorithms, India leads in AI implementation, America leads in space technology, India leads in cost-effective space missions. Together they create technological ecosystems that neither could build alone. Look at the numbers. Indian engineers file more U.S. patents than engineers from any other foreign country. Over 40% of Fortune 500 companies have Indian R&D centers. Indian origin entrepreneurs have founded American companies worth over $600 billion in total market value. This isn't brain drain from India to America. It's brain circulation that benefits both countries. But the strategic value goes beyond individual technologies. India offers America something rare in today's world: a technology partner that shares democratic values. When American and Indian companies collaborate on AI development, they build systems with privacy protection, ethical guidelines, and transparency features. When American and Chinese companies collaborate, these values often get compromised. This matters enormously for emerging technologies. Quantum computing could break current encryption systems. Biotechnology could redesign human genetics. AI could automate most jobs. America wants these technologies developed by partners who share its values about human rights, individual privacy, and democratic governance. India provides exactly that. ISRO collaborates with NASA on space missions that benefit humanity. Indian pharmaceutical companies work with American researchers to develop medicines for global diseases. Indian AI companies build systems that enhance human capability rather than replace human judgment. The third strategic value is military partnership. But this isn't about India needing American protection. It's Abi-Isi. Out America needing Indian capabilities. India operates the world's fourth largest military. More importantly, it operates in regions where American forces cannot maintain permanent presence. The Indian Ocean carries 80% of global oil shipments and 70% of global container traffic. Indian naval forces protect these shipping lanes every day, ensuring smooth flow of commerce that American companies depend on. But India's military value isn't just operational, it's strategic. India maintains military relationships with countries that America struggles to engage. India buys weapons from Russia, maintains defense ties with Iran, and conducts joint exercises with China, even while competing with all three. This gives America indirect influence in regions where direct engagement is difficult. The military partnership also provides technological benefits. Indian defense companies are developing indigenous weapon systems, radar technologies, and missile defense capabilities. Through joint development programs, American defense contractors gain access to Indian innovations, while Indian companies gain access to American markets. Here's a specific example. India's BrahMos missile system, developed with Russian partnership, is now being offered to American allies like Philippines and Vietnam. This creates a win-win situation. America's allies get advanced defense capabilities, India gets export revenue, and America gets regional partners with stronger deterrent capabilities. But the deeper strategic value is India's military doctrine. Unlike many American allies who rely on American protection, India maintains strategic autonomy. It fights its own battles, defends its own territory, and makes its own decisions. This means America gets a capable military partner without the burden of providing security guarantees. The fourth strategic necessity is demographic complement. America is aging rapidly. India is getting younger quickly. This creates partnership opportunities that benefit both countries enormously. By 2030, India will have 1 billion people under age 35. At the same time, America will face serious workforce shortages as baby boomers retire. Already, American companies struggle to find enough engineers, doctors, researchers, and technicians to maintain economic growth. Indian immigration helps solve this problem. But more importantly, Indian operations allow American companies to access young talent without requiring immigration at all. Microsoft employs more engineers in India than in any country except the United States. This gives Microsoft access to talent pools that its competitors cannot match. The demographic partnership goes both ways. America has capital, infrastructure, and markets that Indian talent needs to reach global scale. Indian entrepreneurs launching global companies need American venture funding, American market access, and American business networks. This creates symbiotic relationships that strengthen both economies. But here's what makes the demographic partnership strategically valuable. It creates human connections that transcend political changes. Over 4.6 million Indian Americans live in the United States. They include CEOs of major corporations, leading researchers, successful entrepreneurs, and influential policymakers. These personal relationships create institutional stability that survives political transitions. When American and Indian governments disagree on specific policies, business relationships, academic collaborations, and family connections maintain overall partnership momentum. This human foundation makes the alliance more resilient than traditional government-to-government relationships. The fifth strategic value is geographical position. India sits at the center of the fastest growing region in the world. The Indo-Pacific contains 60% of global GDP, 65% of global population, and 70% of global maritime trade. Control this region and you influence global economic flows. America has military bases and alliance networks across the Indo-Pacific, but it cannot maintain permanent presence everywhere. India's geographic position allows it to monitor and influence areas that American forces cannot effectively cover. The Indian Ocean is particularly crucial. It connects the energy-rich Middle East with the manufacturing powerhouses of East Asia. Every day, tankers carrying millions of barrels of oil pass through waters where Indian naval forces operate. Container ships carrying billions of dollars in goods rely on Indian Coast Guard protection. For America, this geographic partnership provides strategic depth without strategic burden. America doesn't have to station aircraft carriers permanently in the Indian Ocean because Indian naval forces maintain regional stability. America doesn't have to negotiate base rights in every Indian Ocean country because India maintains base and its diplomatic relationships throughout the region. But the geographic value extends beyond military considerations. India serves as a bridge between regions that America struggles to connect directly. India maintains strong relationships with Middle Eastern countries that supply American energy needs. India has growing partnerships with African countries that supply American mineral needs. India connects with Southeast Asian countries that manufacture American products. This geographic connectivity gives America access to global supply chains, energy resources, and consumer markets through Indian partnerships rather than direct American involvement. It's a force multiplier that extends American influence without extending American commitments. The sixth strategic necessity is digital leadership. The 21st century will be defined by digital infrastructure, and India is building digital systems that America wants to partner with rather than compete against. India's unified payments interface processes over 12 billion transactions monthly. That's more digital payments than the entire rest of the world combined. But unlike China's digital payment systems, which exclude foreign participation, India's UPI is designed for global integration. American companies like Google Pay, Amazon Pay, and WhatsApp Pay all operate through UPI infrastructure. This gives American firms access to the world's largest digital payment ecosystem while giving India access to American technology and capital. But the digital partnership goes deeper than payments. India is building digital public infrastructure that other countries want to adopt. Over 50 countries are implementing digital identity systems based on India's Aadhaar model. American technology companies provide the cloud computing, cybersecurity, and data analytics that make these systems possible. This creates a powerful combination. India provides scalable digital solutions. America provides secure technology infrastructure. Together, they're building digital systems that serve billions of people while maintaining democratic values like privacy protection and individual rights. The digital partnership also provides strategic advantages. When countries adopt Indian digital infrastructure powered by American technology, both countries gain influence over global digital standards. This prevents authoritarian countries from imposing digital systems that compromise democratic values. The seventh strategic value is energy security. America is transitioning to clean energy, but this transition requires partnerships that most countries cannot provide. India has committed to installing 500 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2030. To put that in perspective, that's more renewable energy than the entire current capacity of the United States. Indian companies are building solar manufacturing facilities, wind farms, and battery storage systems at unprecedented scale. For American companies, this creates enormous opportunities. General Electric supplies wind turbines for Indian projects. First Solar builds manufacturing facilities in India for global markets. Tesla is planning battery production in India for regional distribution. But the energy partnership provides strategic benefits beyond business opportunities. India's energy choices will determine global climate outcomes. If India succeeds in transitioning to clean energy, global carbon emissions will drop dramatically. If India fails, climate goals become impossible to achieve. American partnership with India's energy transition isn't just environmentally beneficial, it's strategically essential. By helping India succeed in clean energy development, America ensures that the world's most populous country becomes a climate solution rather than a climate problem. The energy partnership also provides supply chain security. Clean energy technologies require lithium, cobalt, rare earth elements, and other critical minerals. India is building partnerships with mineral-rich countries like Australia, Chile, and South Africa to secure reliable supply chains. American companies gain access to these secure supply chains through Indian partnerships. But here's what makes India irreplaceable in all these strategic areas. It's not just about what India can do for America. It's about what India chooses to do with America. India has options. It could partner with China on technology development. It could ally with Russia on energy security. It could work with Europe on climate initiatives. But India consistently chooses American partnership because American values align with Indian interests. This choice makes all the difference. When partners choose cooperation because they have no alternatives, the partnership becomes vulnerable to better offers. When partners choose cooperation despite having alternatives, the partnership becomes resilient and valuable. India chooses American partnership because both countries benefit from democratic governance, free market economics, and rule-based international order. These shared values create partnership stability that survives political changes, economic fluctuations, and strategic disagreements. And here's the final strategic reality. All these individual benefits add up to something larger. America has discovered that in a multipolar world, the strongest position isn't global dominance. It's being the preferred partner of other strong, independent countries. India represents this new model perfectly. It's strong enough to be genuinely useful, independent enough to be genuinely trustworthy, and democratic enough to share fundamental American values. This combination is rare and becoming rarer. Most other potential partners fall short in crucial areas. China is economically powerful but strategically unreliable. Russia is militarily capable but institutionally unstable. European allies are democratically aligned but economically stagnant. India offers growing economic strength, proven strategic reliability, and shared democratic values. This combination makes India not just a valuable ally, but an irreplaceable strategic partner. The numbers tell the complete story. In 2000, total U.S.-India cooperation was worth less than $50 billion annually. Today, it exceeds $250 billion when you include trade, investment, defense cooperation, and technology partnerships. By 2030, experts predict it will exceed $500 billion. But beyond numbers, there's something more fundamental happening. America is learning that the smartest strategy in a complex world isn't controlling everything. It's partnering with countries that help you influence everything. India helps America maintain global leadership without global overstretch. It provides economic opportunities without economic dependence. It offers military cooperation without security burden. It enables technological advancement without strategic vulnerability. This is why America doesn't just want to maintain alliance with India. It needs to deepen it, expand it, and make it permanent, because in a world where power is shifting rapidly, countries with the strongest partnerships will be the ones that prosper. And right now, no partnership offers America more strategic value than its relationship with India. Not because India is weak and needs American support, but because India is strong and chooses American cooperation. That choice makes all the difference. And America will do everything necessary to ensure that choice continues, because losing India's alliance wouldn't just reduce America's influence in Asia, it would fundamentally alter America's ability to lead globally. In the end, this isn't really about alliance at all. It's about recognition. America has recognized that the future belongs to countries that build partnerships based on mutual strength rather than dependence. And India represents the perfect example of what that future partnership looks like. Smart powers don't lose partners like that. They invest in them, they respect them, and they never take them for granted. America has learned this lesson, and that's why America doesn't want to lose India's alliance. It can't afford to